on, everybody? Hope you guys are having a good morning. Let's see what we got here. Son just asked me for daddy hugs. I gotta go tuck him back in. He's watching his tablet in his room. It's not always what you know or who you know, but who knows you. It's kind of a cocky thing to say. Let's get to it. Alrighty, so I'm going to go see if I can help him real quick, and I'll be right back. Alrighty. Thomas, what's up, marketing? Kim, what's going on, everybody? Got about a minute and a half here till the bell. Not looking at anything specific. Do have MU up. Keep an eye on it if it wants to go through 50. I'd be pretty interested. TGI was another one. What was the other one? PHUS, I think, was the other one. Shin, what's up? Brad, what's going on, man? Got about 45 seconds here. Just kind of chilling, seeing what happens. In my video yesterday, I tried to go back to doing the live trades, and I'm going to be posting in the afternoon now. When I'm done trading, I'm going to do my best to spend time with the kiddos, all that good stuff. So not going to be posting those until later in the day. But also, I noticed that the scanner was like constantly going off while I was talking. I didn't realize you guys could hear it that much, so I went ahead and turned the sounds off for those this morning, because I know those get a little irritating. I guess I get so used to them and I'm listening for them, but yeah, I'm sure it's not that pleasing to everybody else. There's the bell. Good luck, everybody. MU kind of dumping here out of the gate. We'll see if that pops up on the scanners a little bit later. It's TGI trying to make a run. I believe they are on earnings. I think somebody had said that. Yeah, they are. So just be careful there. Not too much going on here so far right at the bell. Got SPR making a pretty big dive here, but we're not going to play anything to the long side. We're going to wait a little bit before we get into that. Excuse me. Let's see what we got here. HX is actually halted to the downside. Interesting. It tried to pop up and then got halted. This PHAS was another one we were looking at, seeing if we can get a pop at the bell. Instead, it's actually coming back down. SPY seems to be doing the same thing. It might be why most of these are doing that. Taking a look at some of the ISW plays that are currently happening. A couple, I think 2 of those were overnights. EVRI making a decent little move here. See if we can get up to 650. Nope. So we got AA here making a decent move. Let's see if they can get up to 1050. I mean, he's had like 4 lollipops. Alex, good morning, man. STNE dump. Yeah, it did dump. There's a lot of things dumping right now. The minus I3 scan's kind of going nuts at the moment. So we can get this push up towards 1050. A lot of volume in this stock. Higher float, 185 mil. Actually not a huge fan of too high of a float, but 185 is fine. We're going to start AA. If it wants to push through 1050, we'll look to get in a little over that. Actually would halt at 1067. Gonna get an add there. So our average is now 1055. Might look to take half off if we get down through 1050. Here it comes. We're actually going to take our 75% there. That was a pretty good drop. We'll let the rest play out here. Kind of jumped in probably a little early. Usually we'd wait for that 1050 pop, but everything's kind of lately, just in general, not getting back up to that point. Looks like we may have missed, let's see. No, we didn't miss anything there. So if this wants to dump down to 1030 for the rest, we'll take it. We'll be happy with it. Put it there at 1031. And there we go. Take our fill. So actually not too upset about taking it off there all at once, not using the pivots. When we get a huge move back down like that, I'm never going to be too upset about it, even though I kind of looks silly at this point, but we'll take it. I don't even understand. I'm literally just now understanding that I broke my rules yet again, but we'll talk to ourselves about that later. I can't be too upset about the trade. But I definitely didn't use the pivots. So there is that. Although it's looking like I made the right decision at the current moment, but we'll see how it plays out. Nice, Thomas. Yeah, like I said, Alex, that was such a big move back down. I mean, it was over 50% of the entire move all at once. So I can't expect this to kind of keep going. I mean, sure it can, but I can't really expect it to make that kind of an intense move down and then just keep continuing, right? Obviously it can, but the odds are very much against it. So if I'm counting on it making an intense move up like this for it to come back down like it did, then there's no way I can expect it to make an intense move the exact same way down and not bounce back the other way, right? You're just going to have an imbalance one way or the other. So you really have to kind of take that into account. That's not saying this isn't going to bounce here, maybe up to like 1050, form a sloppy seconds, and then come back down and start doing the bouncy ball effect. But when you get that big of a move, it's hard not to just take it off there. So I'm not going to be too upset about it. And yep, like you said, on to the next. CERC. Nothing there. As TLGT, I think it's halted because it's been, yeah, let's say it's been on the scanner for quite a bit there, unless it was just going to the moon. But I didn't see the price changing. It's, holy crap, that's up 1,200%. Where did that thing start? Oh, it's going off yesterday down at, oh man, look at that. Down here at 40 cents. And it's up to 521. It's up 1,200%. This is gonna be the one that everyone's talking about today, that's for sure. And look at the volume. It's on like no volume. That makes it even better. PRTS here, not looking too bad, but the volume kind of sucks. mRNA. Nothing there. What did MU end up doing? Still dumping. Club. I don't know how many shares there. I think just came through $1. ZS. ZS would need to make a decent little move. It looks to be trying to follow the SPY a little bit from yesterday. GERN. Good old GERN. I was seeing if this wanted to pick up volume here on PRTS, looking for 650, but as you can see, it did not. Here's Club actually halting to the upside. Went through $1 and took off. This was kind of an interesting one here. Like if you didn't take yesterday into account, this would have been a pretty decent move on EQT. But I'm not a big fan of playing these inside moves, even though it obviously would have worked out. V took this from Team ISW, so that was kind of why I was looking at it. It's a good intense move up, so you got the intense move back down. But again, we're in between. We're in a range there. I'm not a big fan of playing those. The reason being is because usually you get some kind of continuation to those supply zones, right? So if we got that high of day from yesterday where it started, the odds are you probably are going to try to fill that gap. And then if you get there, sometimes you get a breakout, and if you entered all the way down here, now you're pretty screwed. So that's why, and I've done that in the past, and it's bit me. So that's why I don't do it anymore. You guys hear me say it all the time. I don't play double tops. There is a reason. To me, you're more likely to get a breakout with a double top and play it that way, even if you're extended. And then if it fails the breakout, you just get out on the long side. But I do not see in any way, shape, or form where going short at a double top is usually very beneficial. Sometimes you're going to get it, but to me, it's a pretty low percentage play, at least in my history of trying them. This TLGT got some volume there. Everyone, I got halted. Everyone's like, "Oh, TLGT is going to the moon." It's up 1,200%. So that can't be. Why does this say it's only up 23%? That can't be right. From 91 cents. Oh, it's saying it's up 91 cents from open. Okay, I got it. It's 1,200 cents from yesterday's close. It's a lot more quiet without the scanners. I do realize, though, that I look up at them enough to where I don't need them anyway, so not a big deal. By the way, I did notice that my mic it's kind of ticking me off because I really like this mic. So if I have to, for some reason, get a new one, I'm going to be kind of upset. But I know it's because I've hit the wire, and the kids have pulled on that wire so much that there's no way that connection is solid anymore. And you can feel it when I plug it back in, it wiggles. So I know that that's the issue. I wonder if they actually just sell a replacement USB cable for that. I might have to look into that and see if that fixes the problem. Actually, I'm going to do that right after the stream. Hey, bud. What's up? Well, they do. That's only $8. Nice. Because it is just a USB to Type A. You want a lollipop? Can you go ask mommy, please? Oh, you want a C-pop? He's at work today, bud. He wants to see Pop. I told you. How about when Daddy's done working, I'll call him and I'll see if he can talk. How about that? Because when he's at work, bud, he can't just stop and talk. Nona? Yeah, Nona went to work this week. So she can't even have her phone when she's at work. What's wrong? Gigi? And you have to ask mommy when she gets off the phone, because mommy would know if Gigi can talk or not. She might be able to, but you have to wait till mommy's off the phone, okay? I think Gigi is at work, but she's working like mommy is. Mommy works at home. I think that's what Gigi does right now. So I think you might be able to talk to her. You want to call her house? Oh, you want to go to her house? Oh, that's not going to happen. Why? Because they live too far away. I think we only really go up there on special occasions. Watching AOBC here. You're going to have to ask mommy, bud. Okay? Wait till she's off the phone and then go ahead and ask her. You can say please to me all you want. I'm not the one in control of Gigi. That's your mom. See if I'm going to move up towards 1150 here. Just wait till she's off the phone, okay? I understand, bud, but you have to wait until mommy says it's okay. You have to wait till she's off the phone. Not now. Sorry. We can't go to her house now because mommy and daddy are working, and we have your parent teacher conference today too. So we can't do that anyway. Didn't TLGT split? That's why it's up so much. I mean, maybe it doesn't look like it did though. Yeah, I guess it could have right here when it opened up this morning. Yeah, I mean, I guess that could be the case. I mean, they couldn't have split from here to there though. And then from here to there, that's all. So from 50 or 40 cents up to 250, I guess that could be a split. But what percentage split would that be? Like a 7 to 1 or something? Like it wouldn't necessarily make sense. Let's see. Let's see where it opened up. $3. And then where was it before that? 38. So I guess it could have been like a 10 to 1. So I guess that could be a possibility. A 10 to 1 split. Reverse split, I should say. Looks like a couple of the guys from ISW got into AOBC here already. I was looking for a little bit more up towards 1150. I don't really like how it's kind of grinding. If you look at all these candles, they're all about the same, right? They all look kind of grindy to me. So I was waiting for that extra move. TLGT getting absolutely crushed, I'll tell you that. There's a move up towards 1150, getting there. At this point, I'd like to see it through 1150, because if you look at it right to 1150 is no different than these candles, even though we are getting a little extended. But if we can get through 1150, I'm definitely interested. Jeff, you get a halt. You get a halt. Everybody gets a halt. It's very halty this morning, that's for sure. This also feels like it's being held up a little bit. If you guys see the price action here, people are hitting the bid pretty hard, and then the ash just kind of either stays or it keeps coming back up. Kind of interesting. Yeah, it definitely feels very grindy. And now after watching that price action, it definitely feels like it's being held up just a little bit here. Doesn't mean it's going to keep going up. It could definitely fall over, but just by watching that price action, seeing those people hit the bid like that, but the ask not really go anywhere and then climb back up the way that it has, definitely feels like there's more left in the tank here. And the bid's just getting pounded, and we're not really moving too far. Not too much else going on. I have box up, BOX, seeing if that wants to make a move up towards 2150. It has to get through 21 first. This is feeling kind of heavy though. Even though we're smashing the bid the way that we are and it feels like it's getting held up, we're not really going higher. So it does feel a little toppy here. BOX coming up to 21 here. Also kind of feels a little grindy though. We're coming up to a double top area of 2120. That's why I said I'm looking for more of 2150 area. He's saying Gigi.
Oh, you want Gigi? I think it's her. Only for a few minutes, because mommy needs her phone for work, okay? We can't go here. Maybe this weekend. Talk to her. You want the cheese?
Box, for as much volume as it's getting, it's not really trading very. It almost feels like AOBC is trading more than boxes, but it has half the volume, if not more, less than half. Just feel how this, it just feels held up, but it also is not going anywhere to the upside, so kind of stuck in limbo here. But the more it trades at this price, the more your moving averages move up, all that stuff. So then it starts to become a little indifferent because now you're not that far away from the moving averages. People feel more okay to buy it again. So there's a bunch of different reasons why I'm definitely talking myself out of even entering this trade. So I'm not really interested in this one. We weren't really interested to begin with because of the grind up, but just the way that it feels now that it's up here is what's kind of keeping us out of it.
What, do you want to come spend a night at Gigi's?
Use your words.
Okay, let me talk to Pop.
ACB actually looks really good. We just don't have any shares here.
Okay.
Thank you.
I do like it. Let me see if actually I never even opened this up. Might not be able to get there.
You want to make a plan?
Do it, yeah.
Use your words, Brayden.
You had fun at Gigi's house, didn't you?
See if we can get a move up towards 1650 on the ACB.
Doing that looks pretty. Hey, you lost me.
Oh, mommy's getting a call.
Oh. Gotta go.
No, it's just CVS.
No.
Silly CVS.
You got your jammies on still? Yeah.
I can't type.
It'll probably be a jammy day since it's so gloomy.
There's only 60,000 shares available to short here on ACB, but I'm only taking a little of them.
Nope.
Let's see what it does here if it gets up to 1650.
All right, well, let me call Pop and I'll call you back, okay? Okay, bye.
Yeah.
So AOBC is starting to look a little heavy here. Of course, ACB never really got there. It did make a spike there, 1645, but it was really quick. AOBC looking pretty heavy here. Although, like I said, those moving averages caught up now. So if you got in for this initial bump here, we're just now coming back down to it. So you would have had to have had a top tick here around 1150 in order to be in the money as of right now. And even so, you might not be because there is a 3-cent spread here.
Can mommy have? Oh, okay.
What?
Nothing.
ACB is kind of going nuts here a little bit. Had a ton of volume come in there.
There we go. Are you ready? Give me a moment.
Scrolling out a little bit, ACB actually has a ton of room here to that next real resistance area up there towards 18. Let's see what it does here at 1650. I'm gonna keep an eye on AOBC. I'm just curious what it does. Just see how we read the chart, but I am gonna switch over because we're not gonna trade it. So this is not the chart that we had up. It's ACB, not ABC. There we go. Take a look at THM real quick.
Then you gonna shake it?
We're coming up to 1650 here.
What, Brian?
See, this has a lot more volume. ABIO, JBs, usually not something we'd be interested in.
What?
Lost internet connection, rules are meant to be broken.
Oh, that's right.
Tim knows that toddlers speak like a boss. Yeah, you get used to it. Did you use the shorts search function to find the number you just quoted as available? No. See on
Pop next Thursday.
ugh,
Because we're off of work on Friday.
can you see this?
You work and you can come up here on
Kinda.
Saturday and spend all day
There
Friday.
we go. So see here on Interactive Brokers, it actually tells you when you pull up a ticker, it'll tell you how many shares they have available. So we didn't get that move on ACB. We were looking for 16 through 1650. It didn't quite give it to us. So obviously we're not interested in that now. Yeah. If you anything that's available to short on CMEG, it's going to tell you that there's a million shares available, like that. So, or actually, that's way more than a million. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's 1 trillion. I know on Short Trader it was a million, but I guess basically if it's available on CMEG, it's available. You're not going to run out. They can take them away, but I guess that would essentially be like running out. But I haven't ever really seen that. I think I've seen that happen twice in my entire trading career. RWT doesn't have too much volume here. It's trying to go through yesterday's high.
You're okay with that?
If he changes his mind, he can go back one night. But we are on Friday, and that'll give you Friday to work.
Mommy's not driving up there if you don't want to stay anymore. Remember, he's too far. You okay?
Yeah, Thomas.
Hey, Mommy's okay with it.
Watching CWH here. This would be a double top up near 23, so we'd need it to really work.
Mommy's not just driving.
Doesn't look like it wants to, though.
Or he, I mean, if we could tip it, he goes back way or something, just the car seat. What?
What? You eat pizza on Fridays. For dinner. We do pizza Fridays. I mean, I don't mind coming up if you guys will let me stay for a little bit.
Yeah, that's fine. Now that's it.
Just to show you guys,
Another thing is we could
AOBC back at high of day here after that drop when we pulled it off earlier. I've been keeping an eye on it.
And then we could just bring it back. Daddy was already talking about that.
on Saturday.
That was just a pure price action read. It just felt like it was being held up. That was why we stayed away from it.
Now, well, let's plan for next Thursday. And then that way you'll have Friday because you work, right?
Yes.
So then that'll give you maybe a little bit of a break during Friday.
Oh, dust?
And then all Friday.
Oh, that's the inverse?
Well,
Yeah, I didn't respond to you because I didn't know it. I didn't know the answer, so sorry.
sorry. It might be back in school.
Is that the inverse to nugget? Looks like it could be. That's got like an M pattern. So it's got a W pattern. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, as long as he's not back in school. Or if we decide not to send him right away. For 2 nights?
My wife sounds more excited than he does.
It's this time.
Oh, there goes AOBC through highs. So right there, if we did get in and we didn't take any profits there, we'd be exiting our position right there. Right, that's our strategy. We haven't actually got to show you that yet because it hasn't happened. But on a position where we get in, it consolidates, tries to move higher or lower, and then doesn't, but then moves higher. That's where we exit our position, right? That is basically, it's a technical stop. And we probably would have used 1150 since high of day was 1148, so we would have used the $0.50. But as you can see, it did poke right through there, so we would have got stopped out. Whether it's a fake out breakout, who knows? But what I do know is that we just didn't like the way the price action was. Did you guys hear that? That was a big fart for such a little man. You pooping? Yeah, get it out.
You don't want to catch more fish? No, you're good with just the one.
You're in Gan Long?
You had two.
You got two, but you lost one, right?
Alright, well that works for me.
Nothing wrong with being in Gan Long, unless you're in at like 1966.
What do you say? What do you say?
My son is learning very quickly that you'll never know the answer unless you ask. He just got surprised. He has to wait for it, but yeah, I think he got a better than expected answer.
Bye.
Oh, gotcha. LL, there's plenty to short on IB. Be interested if this makes a move up towards 1150. Yes. Did you hit your face on the side of the desk? Does Daddy need to get a rounded desk for you guys? Your head is like perfectly at the corner of my desk now. I think Braden's a little bit above it. Yeah, you're above that, aren't you? Put your chin up on here. Yeah, you're above it. I remember you hit your head on this desk.
Am I level?
Yeah, you were little, just like Camden. See how his head's nice and even with it? Yeah. You're 4 now, yeah, you're taller than the desk.
Am I on E? I
I see that. Yeah, they've been keeping you busy. It's ASRT out of nowhere. I saw it on the scanners, but it was at $1, so I kind of didn't bother. Figured we didn't have shares, which we don't. Just out of curiosity. ASRT.
Which one?
There are 1 million shares available to short on IB.
Am I on E?
When you were 3, I don't know, you were probably pretty close. Why don't you look at the line on the wall? They don't match it up with the desk. When you were 3. So put your head to the top of that line. Where's your chin at? What, did it hit the desk? Ooh, you're so close. You hit the back of your head?
For 2 days next week.
Yeah, I heard. It sounded like you were more excited than he was.
Well, we had talked about that for keeping them longer because it's such like a hassle with the drive.
Right. Tim, have you tried CMEG on your phone? Yes. Yeah. It works. It's pretty interesting. It's the DOS. Hey. Not really CMEG that you're using on your phone. You're just logging in through CMEG. Sounds like I might be getting off early today. ASRT? Did I miss that one? Oh, that's that one. Dang. Just to give you guys another update there on AOBC. This is exactly what it felt like it was trying to do. Now look at it. Now it looks like a grinder even up here. That's why sometimes it's hard to pull up a chart and just jump in without feeling out the price action a little bit. But you can also tell by the previous candles, right? There was no way I was getting in on a candle that looks no different than the candles it's made before. To me, that just signals a grinder, right? That's all that signals to me, and that's exactly what it's doing. Kim, kinda, sorta. As you can see, like the scabs from the blistering and stuff, a lot of it was in my beard, so you can't really see it, but that side of my face is still very tender, and you can still see a little bit of it. But that's not the problem. The problem is, like, inside my ear, like, still really hurts, and, like, the nerve itself that I guess the shingles attacks, that really, it still hurts here and there. It's getting a lot better day by day. Every day has been better, but when I do get the pain, it's the same pain that I was getting when it was really bad. So, it literally kind of takes everything out of me when it happens. So that's been the frustrating part, is when the pain is there, it kind of just is like, ugh. Kept the giveaway from Friday night. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, I tried to show up as much as I could. I'll tell you guys what I was just saying. Wait, is it still dead? Test, test, test. Is it better now? Yes, no? Is it still bad? You guys are going to make me buy a new mic. Or I'm actually going to order that cable first and see if that works.
Put the lid on.
It sounds all right now.
You let me know when you're ready to put the lid on.
Yes, no? It sounds all right now. Yeah. Yes, no? It sounds all right now. Yeah. Oh, let me... I'm gonna pause that, or else it's gonna keep coming through. Sorry about that. No, what I was saying is, when I do get the pain, it's the same pain from when it was really bad, and they are almost gone. As you can see, like, there's still some remnants of, like, the scabbing and stuff, but that hasn't been the issue. Like, inside my ear, for some reason, the pain's still there, and then the actual nerve, this nerve, I forget the name of it, that's what really hurts. So when I get that pain, it's like that nerve attaches to, like, the back of your jaw right here, like pretty much this whole part of your mouth, and then like up, like above your eye and behind your eye, and it's like, it just sucks. It really does. I just want it to go away. I keep telling the wife, I'm just like, every time it happens, I'll, like, usually run to the medicine cabinet, because I'm trying not to take ibuprofen anymore. That's what I've been using since all the other meds ran out anyway. I've been trying to not take as much if I don't need to, and it's like when I get that pain, I just have to, because after the pain even goes away, it just kind of lingers. And so that's kind of what the ibuprofen's been for, is just to help with that lingering that happens. And it just, yeah, it sucks. I just want it to go away, and it just takes everything out of you. So it's like, for that next, like, half hour to an hour, I'm just done. Like, even just yesterday, it happened, like, pretty much, it was like right after stream, and I ended up laying on the couch for like the next half hour, just because I just couldn't do anything. It hurts so bad. I definitely do not recommend getting shingles, let alone on your face. It sucks. No, I think it starts with a T. Let me see. Face nerves. Here it is. The temporal brain. Oh no, that's, what is the X? This exit from skull anterior. So just to show you guys, let me actually open. Let's see. Open. So this is pretty much where this X is the nerve that it attacked, and all of these nerves are the ones that get affected when the pain comes through. I mean, pretty much what I was trying to explain this, I couldn't have explained it any better than this picture. But yeah, so basically this is the main nerve it attacked, and then it branches off into these subsections. And so it literally, all that pain just goes through all of these areas. And that pretty much shows you exactly what I was talking about. And then like right where the X is, I guess is why my ear hurts so much, because I guess that's where the root of the problem is. But that's not the name of the nerve. Let me see what I could have swore it started with a T. Oh, geez. I can't imagine being a doctor. Like, how can you remember all these names? It's crazy. I'll look for it later. Let's see if we can find some more trades. Well, Kim, I wish I would have known about that beforehand. And I'm assuming that's probably a preventive. Is that the word I'm looking for?
Pick that up and hand it to mommy, and I'll put it in the trash can.
Like a vaccine, not like after you get it, you can take it and it'll cure it. But it's something kind of like a flu shot where you try to prevent it. That AOBC looked like it was finally breaking. Oh, kind of. It broke down to 1150 but got bought back up. Yeah, preventing. That's what I figured. Isn't it annoying how it seems like every time you have a good trade idea, something like just seems to happen? You get through it though. David's shaming me. Shame you. Yes. I'm almost done. Be getting a real job soon. Well, things are finally starting to open back up, so it's actually a possibility for some. I've actually been debating if we're even going to have a baseball season to play or to umpire, because even if everything starts to open back up, all the games are usually played at county parks or at schools, like middle school or elementary school, middle school, high school. So even if they would have to open up, like for the groundskeeping and stuff like that, for the games to even take place. So there's a lot that has to happen. It's not like just at the, snap of a finger that everything can open back up. And plus on top of that, the scheduling has to be redone if it's going to happen. And it's going to be a mess. I really wouldn't be surprised if they basically just canceled the season on a lower level. I think the MLB will probably do like half the season. Football will probably get lucky. They'll probably kind of fall right in line with everything opening back up, so they'll probably be okay. Hockey is going to be pretty damn awesome. A full league playoff, that's going to be pretty cool. Was it 24 teams? Having 24 team playoff, it's going to be pretty awesome. But yeah, other than that, I think people are going to get a half season of baseball and see how much more effort they put into every game. And it's going to be one of those things where the fans are going to want that every year. but you're not going to get it just from a financial standpoint. Because there are the big teams like Boston, New York. What are some of the other big teams out west? LA. San Francisco, I don't even know if they're still up there as far as like how much money they bring in. But they sell out like all their games. So they're not going to want to do half the season. I'm sure teams like Toronto and Tampa Bay and teams like those, they won't really care if you were to offer something like that, because in reality, it might help them. They might fill the stadium more knowing that every game is a bigger game. Because if you only have half the games in order to try to make the playoffs, that'd be pretty cool. So here's my question. Your scanner should be showing a bounce imminent for AOBC. No, not really, because this is not an intense move. AOBC only popped up on the scanner back here on this candle, if you guys remember. And since then, it hasn't popped up. So this has just been grinding ever since. Bringing back up my trade, however, if I were to use the pivots, it's looking like this did get a pretty big bounce after we clicked off. It went all the way back up to 1055. So our pivot would technically still be there unless this makes a new low. So if it does come down and make a new low here, we would now have a new pivot here at 1040. And our take profit here was at 1031, but this could bouncy ball the rest of the day, right? And we could have ended up with like a take profit down here at 950. So I am very curious at the end of the day to see what happens with this on AA. So right now we would definitely be moving our pivot down to this 1040 area. And we would obviously still be in the trade for that remaining part. So we'll see if the rules, breaking the rules helped us here. But I'm going to be mad at myself regardless because I broke the rules. But it was hard not to take that on such a big move back down. But if we would have followed our system, we'll see if the system would have made us more money than if not. The only way it wouldn't have is now if it comes back up and goes through 1040. That's the only way it would not have made us more, because at this point, I would assume any kind of a bounce is going to be a little bit lower than that, and then it would have been around the same take profit, or if not lower. So we'll see. We shall see. Oh, the question was like a while ago? It says it was at 10:15 for me. Yeah, but table tennis will suffer. Good old table tennis. I saw darts was actually, they were still going because they can do that remotely. You just need some cameras on the boards. It's kind of hard to cheat at darts if you got the camera sitting on the board. Let's see Thomas. Thomas is going to outdo me here. I got a feeling. Well, he said he started a little early. Oh, yeah. So that looks like a small green. But yeah, it still looks green. Your average should have been around 1050, and you covered under 1050. So not the best of trades. You started a little bit early, but you got that great ad. So there is low of day there, so we would definitely be moving it down at this point. And like Alex or Tom, I think it was Thomas that actually said it about using like when does profit per hour kind of come into play and stuff like that, where I was off looking for other trades where from 9:38 until now, so coming up on an hour, is how long we would have had to wait for this to make a new low here, just to move our pivot down to where we still wouldn't have taken profit if it does come back up and test that area from where we actually did take profit. So there's always that to think about too, but the whole point of the pivots is to sit there and play and try to make the maximum out of your position. Because if we can hit tops like this, it's kind of hard not to try to let it play out. Every once in a while, yes, you are going to fall into the ones that bounce like this, and then they just go straight to high day and continue the rest of the day. So what, right? The ones like yesterday on CROX, was it? No, not CROX. What was our trade yesterday? PAGs, PAGS. So the ones like PAGS yesterday, all it takes is one or two that really go down and give you the bouncy ball effect and fade the rest of the day to make up for, one or two that come back up to high a day and stop you out. Because look how much you're risking there. You're not risking that much for it to go back high of day from that bounce, right? Our average is up in the middle here. So we're not really risking that much on 25% of your position, but you're looking for that same average up here at 1055, I think it was 1055, for this to go down into say like 950 area, right? So you're making $1 versus losing 20 cents. So you're looking to make say like 5 to 1 on your money, where if that happens just one out of 5 times, if that happens, you're good to go for the next 5 times, right? That's how you have to look at it. Uh-oh. Did AOBC just dump? Yep, sure did. So it's coming back down. Got a little heavy up there, finally. So for the people that didn't get grinded out of this, congrats to them for holding, I guess, right? That's not my lifestyle anymore, I'll tell you that. I do not like to play grinders. So getting bailed out is fun. I will say that. But all right, I'm gonna get out of here. Feel like there's a little too much to do around the house. The kids aren't being the best today, and I'm starting to get a little hot. I don't know why, but I will catch you guys later. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, hit me up in the Discord. Post my video a little bit later, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace. Bye.